This may be news to a lot of you, but Tera has just released on console. It's available for the Xbox One, and it is also available for the PlayStation 4. It is not cross-platform, so don't expect to be able to play with each other from Xbox and PS4, or PS4 to PC, or you know, the whole entire triangle. It's an open beta, so it's not full release, and there is a lot of work that has to be done, and I can confirm that the servers will indeed be wiped after open beta. Now, I just spent a couple hours playing this game, so this is a first impressions. Keep that in mind, that this is a first impressions very early on, and this is also very early on into the open beta. I believe it only went live today or yesterday. So that being said, a lot of my thoughts, if you're watching this video sometime in the future from the date March 10th, then you might realize that a lot of this does not apply to the game if some dramatic changes are made. The main reason I wanted to play the console version is to see how the optimization was. Would it be a game changer? Because that is my main complaint with Tera. A lot of you guys ask me what my favorite MMO is, and I mean, if you've been on my channel for a while, you know that that is ArcheAge. Not in its current state, but it's ArcheAge for what it was at a certain point in time. But if Tera was optimized and wasn't such a shit game for PC, I'm pretty sure that this would be my favorite MMO by far. It has PvE, it has PvP, and it has a good amount of it. The design of the dungeons and the bosses and areas, that's a big thing for me, but also the controls, the action combat is very nice. And the battlegrounds are probably my favorite thing because I love PvP, I'm a fan of PvP and also action combat. So it has everything I like in the game, but the main problem is that during the battlegrounds, most of the characters don't even load in. Not only that, but everyone is teleporting all over the map, and it's just one big shit fest that I just can't really enjoy. Once I upgraded my PC, I expected Tera to run better. I went from AMD to Intel. I still think AMD is good, so to anyone shitting on AMD, piss off, mate. But even though I'm with Intel right now and upgraded other parts of my PC, Tera still ran like ass. So, finally checked out the console version. How was it? I got through the starting zone, and throughout the whole starting zone, I noticed a big difference. It felt so smooth, it was like butter. Until one person decided to challenge me in a duel. So I wasn't even sure if I was going to experience PvP, but I really wanted to because I wanted to see, will the two characters, you know, be able to connect the attacks? Will people start disappearing and flying around the map? And that's when things went to shit. Let's do your little unloaded ass. You ready for this, fam? I can't even. Okay, we're getting that good old Tera right now. Oh, this is horrible, baby. Look at this. Look at this. That person didn't even like move. But then I shortly realized this is because the servers were having issues. So my first time experience with PvP wasn't bad because of the game's optimization, but was bad because the servers had issues, which is very understandable. It just went into open beta on console. And so far throughout the starting zone, I had no problems, except that little hiccup. So I had to restart the client or the game and continued from there. I wanted a rematch on this person because I felt they really shouldn't have won that because I couldn't even see them and the servers were just bad at the time. So I chased the person down, equipped gear that I forgot to equip in the first place, and then decided to fight them. This was now a real test of PvP versus the servers when they're actually stable. At least they seem stable to me. Let's go, baby. We got some mobs, but it's nothing. It's nothing. Where'd she go? Oh, she's down there. Daddy's coming. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. So the fight actually went good, but I did notice some things that I noticed on PC, which is people are still kind of flying around. Sometimes you'll see the name floating there and the character's not there. All of that optimism and, ooh, this is so smooth and feels, you know, a bit different, feels new, is kind of going downhill at this point because I'm seeing a lot of the shit from the PC version, which I was hoping not to see. But anyway, other than that, the first zone, the starting area, was really smooth and was good for the most part. But then we get to the end of the starting area, which is where you take a Pegasus to the main city. This is another real performance test of the game because these cities are populated and there is a lot to load in. At least I'm expecting it to be populated. Now the Pegasus ride was going smooth for the most part. You know, there's a little pop in, but I was like, wow, it's not really choppy how it was in the PC version. And then once I got to the actual city or near it, that's when Pegasus had a little hiccup and then once we actually landed, the game froze, and I was like, oh, you might want to start playing Tera today. This is for research to see if the console version is actually decent. So the optimized Tera, well, look what we're looking at right now. I don't know what's going on. Look at a little stuck here. Here we go, restarting the client a second time. And then we can see that the city is indeed having issues, or the game is having performance issues because of the city. Now, I didn't notice too many players, so I can't say it's because the city was too populated and that's what caused the performance to have issues, but because the city is just a lot to load in, so it was just like the PC version, a tad bit smoother. So I wanted to take a whole entire tour of the city to really see how the game performed throughout the whole entire city, and as I was getting to the staircase where I was actually going to end my gameplay and stream, that is when the game decided to freeze. That being said, friends, oh, perfect timing. This isn't just a minor thing. For a console, no one wants to deal with game crashes or having to reload their game multiple times. That's a PC problem. That's something PC players are used to. It sucks that we're used to that, but that's just how it is. But consoles, you know, you're used to playing a game on a disc. You're used to playing a game that's supposed to run smooth from beginning to end. Not very familiar with console MMOs, so I can't tell you guys that that's something most players are used to, but it seems a lot more tedious than dealing with it on PC. So this isn't just a minor problem, this is a major problem, which I'm sure they're going to fix because it makes the game kind of unplayable. It's not just frames dropping, it's not just lag, it's not a hiccup, it's actually freezing. And the only way to fix it is to completely close the application. So being open beta day 1 or day 2, I am sure they're going to fix it. If they don't, then this is the perfect way to kill their game before full release. But if that's fixed, I can tell you guys that Tera definitely seems a tad bit smoother than the PC version. At first it seemed a lot smoother, but after getting through the city, it seems almost identical, but you know, as I said, a little smoother. Playing on a controller also felt really nice, and now I'm going to share my thoughts on what I think is going to happen to the game. So I can't really tell you the current state of Tera on the PC, as far as how big the community is, matchmaking, dungeon queuing, can you find a party easy, does it take 5 hours, but I'm sure it's not the best. With it launching on console, a lot of people are saying they don't think it's going to be very popular. I think it's going to be extremely popular if the problems are fixed. Why? Because it's free, and there's only a handful of games on consoles that offer the type of content that Tera does. This also brings in a community of a lot of young players. Yeah, young people can play on the PC as well, but not every kid in middle school and high school owns a PC. But most high schoolers probably have a console in their house. Most students probably have a console in their house. So the game being that much more accessible is definitely going to bring in a giant player base once the word spreads around of Tera's epic dungeons and raids and awesome combat. I'm sure you guys can counter argue this, but this is just how I feel, and it's my prediction. And I think Tera is a good game, and like I said, it could be or would be my favorite game if the optimization was good. So if they fix this crash, then it seems that most of the problems they're going to have to deal with is your usual frame drop in large cities and populated areas. But if that's the only problem, if it does run smoother than the PC version in other areas, then Tera might just have something going here for consoles. But the real test is going to come to the battlegrounds. Are the battlegrounds going to be shit? Are they going to be the same on PC where people don't load in? Where you end up dying because you thought you were swinging at your target, but turns out they were behind you the whole time. Am I optimistic for Tera's console version? Yes, I am. Will I continue to play it? No, I will not. I definitely will not be committing to playing any MMOs on console unless they were console specific, and even at that point, I don't think I would, just because I prefer to play them on my PC. If I wasn't a PC gamer and was only console, or if this came out when I was in high school and didn't own a PC, I would have sacrificed and lost my life to it. So with that being said, are you guys hyped for the Tera version on console? Are you going to try it out? Have you tried it out? And what are your predictions for this? Do you think it's going to attract a huge and new player base? Do you think a lot of players are going to switch from the PC version to console? I personally doubt that, but if they're looking for a more populated version and this does have keyboard and mouse support, then it might be something that those players do. I was also playing this on a PlayStation 4 Pro, which I didn't mention in the beginning of this video, so that might also have a role in how good the game was running. With that being said, I'm ending my video here, and I'm looking forward to your comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. See you soon, friends.